This morning, a popular energy drink is under scrutiny. Prime is the beverage brand founded by YouTube stars Logan Paul and KSI. Prime Energy is especially popular with kids, even though there is a warning label that says it is not recommended for anyone under age 18. Senator Chuck Schumer is now calling on the FDA to investigate the drink over its high caffeine and the way it markets itself.
A lot of parents may never heard of it, but their kids have, because Prime is engaged in a vast advertising campaign aimed at kids, even though kids aren't supposed to drink a drink with this much caffeine.
Well, CNN has reached out to the FDA and Prime for a comment on its energy drink. Not yet received a response. We should note the company also makes a Prime Hydrate beverage, which does not include caffeine. Joining us now is CNN medical correspondent Meg Terrell and CNN business and politics correspondent Vanessa Yurkevich. Meg, I want to start with you. The Senate Majority Leader is saying kids shouldn't drink the amount of caffeine in Prime. How much caffeine does this drink have, and how much is safe for kids to consume?
Yeah, so this drink has about 200 milligrams of caffeine in a 12-ounce can. And to try to put that into some context, that's about 2 bottles of Red Bull. Those are smaller bottles, about 8.4 ounces in a Red Bull can, or about 6 cans of Coke. So that's in one of these cans. And according to the American Academy of Pediatrics, really kids shouldn't have any caffeine. Some pediatricians say for kids who are, 12 and older, maybe up to 100 milligrams per day. That's a soda or 2. For adults, the FDA usually says about 400 milligrams per day generally doesn't affect people. But for kids, the warnings are, this can affect their sleep. It can cause dehydration, higher blood pressure, anxiety. And there are concerns about too much caffeine's impact on their development in terms of neurological development and their cardiovascular systems, guys.
You see Chuck Schumer really taking aim at the marketing here. So Vanessa, on that note, how is Prime cornering the market and getting the attention of kids?
Well, Prime really exploded on social media. On TikTok alone, they have 3.4 million followers, 42 million likes. This is also driven in part by Logan Paul, the co-founder, who has millions of followers himself. He does a lot of the advertising for the brand. But it's important to note that this is the energy drink side of the brand. There's also the sports drink side, but the energy market is huge. In 2022 alone, sales were at about $58 billion. This year, we're going to see about $62 billion globally, and projected in the next 4 years, $83 billion. And most of those sales are happening right here in North America. Another way that this brand has gotten sort of their face on the map is they're sponsoring sports teams. They're sponsoring the LA Dodgers. They're sponsoring Arsenal, the soccer club Barcelona, also Base Sports Group, which is a sponsorship group for youth sports. They are in good company. You have Adidas also sponsoring Arsenal. You have Nike and Coca-Cola sponsoring Barcelona. So clearly they are trying to make a play and get their name out there, and it seems to be working, guys.
Yeah, it's not subtle. I'm slightly confused how you consume the energy drink because all the promos have them pouring it on their heads. But Meg, I do think, on a serious note, some of the Prime products say it's, quote, not recommended for children under 18. If you're the FDA and you do actually take a look at this, is that enough?
Well, it really depends, I think, from the FDA perspective, from what I've been hearing from experts this morning, on whether they are hearing about instances of actual harm coming from this. I was talking with former FDA Commissioner Dr. Scott Gottlieb. He pointed out when he was in the role, he issued public health advisories around things like this. So that's just to let people know about the situation, basically put out a warning and some information so that parents know about this. That is sort of a softer way of getting at the issue than actually taking any kind of enforcement action, which I'm hearing from experts is a much harder thing for the FDA to do here. But really, it's, is this actually causing harm? And the marketing, the nature of it is that it's specifically bringing more children into the product.
Yeah, it's becoming quite the status symbol among children, right? To have these drinks in hand. It's no longer the shoes or whatever, kids, popular around kids. It's about the drink. So this is really a fascinating conversation. Thank you so much, Meg, Vanessa. We appreciate it.